Good evening, rugby fans, and welcome to Houston, Texas, the home of the D1 National Championship, here for the National Collegiate Rugby. Looking to crown our 2024 champion. I'm Tim Wilkes, joined in the booth today by Lance Kavanaugh of Great American Rugby. And Lance, we've got a good one on our hands between Southern Nazarene and Wheeling. How do you see this one going?
This one is going to be a barn burner. I think this is going to be one of the more closely contested matches we've seen throughout the day, and there's been a few already. I've been hearing about how strong this Southern Nazarene side is. This Wheeling team is determined. I think they're going to give a good fight. This is going to be a great match to watch.
Both these teams putting up big points throughout the year. Southern Nazarene, ladies from Bethany, Oklahoma. Let's take a look first at Wheeling University. 10-0 on the year out of the Allegheny Rugby Women's Collegiate Conference. A fantastic season as they are looking to get, this is their first time here, program brand new and really clicking on all cylinders here in 2024. Southern Nazarene, the ladies from Bethany, Oklahoma, the Crimson Storm, 5-2 on the year. Have played a couple of opponents above their level a couple times this year, but they are ready to rock and roll, putting up huge points, 62-17 over Northern Iowa, 55-7 over Purdue. Just moments away from the D1 National Championship, right here live from SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas. Southern Nazarene in the white taking on the Wheeling Cardinals in all black. Last year's champion, the Michigan Wolverines, they were taken out of the tournament this year. As we step aside, we'll have our national anthem here live from SaberCat Stadium.
At this time, we'll honor America with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
We are just about ready to get underway again. Tim Wilkes and Lance Kavanaugh coming to you live here from Houston, Texas. And we take a look at the Wheeling forwards, led by Jolie Taylor. There at number 3, Emma Ty, also one of the top try scorers from that number 8 position. On the back end for Wheeling, gotta be looking for Alexis Dallas, will be coming off the bench, but Nelson, number 15, is a stalwart there for this squad. And Gulata, the captain, with over 100 points already on the season. Southern Nazarene on their side, Jade Zaragoza leads from the front in her number 6 position. A strong team up front, but on the back end is where the star power is. Talesi Uatafe, number 13, will be leading the way. Also has Gilliland and Hartnett, 14-15, striking from the edges as well. Starting the kick will be Wheeling Cardinals. There's our referee there, Haley Slaughter. Just about ready to start this one off with the blow of a whistle. And we are underway for the D1 National Championship for 2024. High kick into the Texas sky by Bella Gugliotta. This one right on the edge ends up being taken out into touch as Hartnett didn't have any space out there, and it will be a line out here for Wheeling.
We're going to have to pay attention to how this Wheeling side can consistently attack against the Southern Nazarene team with so many strong athletes.
On the front foot here, off of the line out. A nice charging run, gets them all the way back in front of that gain line. Swing out here to the left-hand side. Strong charging defense, comes up and hits Alexis Dallas. As we talked about earlier, leads the team in tries, 13 tries. Also one of the team's leading tacklers as well. Right into it there, and it's ripped apart. Good job, nice steal. Here for Southern Nazarene, the Crimson Storm. Bethany, Oklahoma, program only in existence for the last few years. Started back in 2021, but they are a varsity program, and they have really been getting things going over the last couple years. Men's side doing good as well, but right now, out of the Lone Star Conference, they have been terrific this year. Had 100 points hung up on LSU in one of their matches earlier, but we're going to bring this one all the way back, I think, Lance. Knock on there in the exchange.
Yeah, and the steal by Southern Nazarene just shows their ability to get the ball back at any time. We're going to see a very highly contested game in the rucks, and especially with Wheeling really designating to go to their back line and use the space. It could be scary hours for Southern Nazarene, but like I said, some of the best athletes in the conference, in the division. Let's see if they can run these Wheeling players off the field.
Put into the scrum here from Jameli Rivera, and a penalty is going to be given right away in the first scrum. Pushing at an angle there, not driving straight, and a quick tap comes to fruition here nicely. Emma Tai over the 22-meter line, the big number 8, brings her team a little bit closer. Straight into contact, got low, lifted up a little bit, and a penalty is going to be given there. Referee Slaughter wants a chat.
Yeah, it was a bit dangerous.
Again, national championship on the line. Last year's national championship, or champion Michigan, actually on their way to the championship, beat Southern Nazarene. As we see that dump tackle there. Number 2, I believe, going to get called for that one, Anderson. What do you see on that one there, Lance?
Yeah, she just kind of got lifted in that tackle. I don't think the lift was an issue, but the actual bringing the player down, you got the head underneath the hips elevated higher than the head. That is dangerous for every ref. They're going to call that. And usually these are given cards every time.
You saw there, lifted that leg up all the way. So TMO review here.
And actually, I think she had a little bit of help with that tackler assist that kind of spiked the angle a little bit. I don't know if she intended to lift that same angle, but with the help of her teammate, it made it absolutely horrible looking. So we'll see.
Luckily, it wasn't too much pain there or a whole lot of punishment there for the ball carrier. It was actually luckily on the ground already, but good work for the ladies from Wheeling as they look to strike first here. Bella Gugliotta, team captain, over 100 points on the year, puts this one through and gives the Cardinals a 3-point lead here in the D1 National Championship.
And those 3 points, especially with the yellow card, are absolutely crucial early on to really get your confidence. Wheeling has a lot to be proud of, getting points early, but like I said, Southern Nazarene are going to bring it on attack. Let's see how this game ends up.
Ooh, the Red Storm, or Crimson Storm will start this one back off. Try to get back on the right foot. 3 minutes gone by in this national championship. That one will not go the required 10 meters. Waiting on a touch there from the Crimson Storm. We'll bring this one back. The Crimson Storm last year lost to Michigan, the champions in D1, 30-20 in the quarterfinals. And then this year, Michigan lost to Northwestern, who was taken down by Wheeling. So Wheeling, kind of in a way, is able to defeat the team that beat last year's national champions. They're on the right foot. Southern Nazarene has been terrific this year as well. They hadn't been tested too much in Lone Star play, so they went out and played BYU and Lindenwood. Lindenwood took it to them pretty good, but they held strong to BYU 38-19. So they've got some experience this year. They knew they needed it for this national championship run. Now here they sit down by 3 with Wheeling Cardinals ready to put in for the scrum center. It's stolen against the head. Great job there in the scrum. A Southern Nazarene, a couple nice moves. Kalesi Uatafe has it taken away from her. Wheeling, center of the pitch, back ball in hand again. Not a lot of possession there. Sisi Uatafe has that one ripped out, came back and made a tackle here a second ago. Still more pressure coming on. Great next level rugby replay there. In the back of the scrum, or back of the ruck, Alexander finally gets this one out of there. Looks to start. Nice little paw to forwards in the center of the pitch. Support does not arrive in time though, and Uatafe looked like she got her hands on it, but they're calling for them to roll away a little quicker. Dinged and sent back 10 by Slaughter.
And look at Wheeling immediately pointing towards the sky, pointing towards those posts. They realize the best way to slow down an aggressive defense, an aggressive team, is to make sure you make them pay for every penalty they commit. Tacklers in that double look replay on your bottom right. Tacklers are on the ground in the way, impeding Wheeling's offensive players from supporting. The referee's going to call that every time. You got to get out of there. You got to roll away. And this 3 points can really show exactly what can happen if you give up a penalty inside of your own half, just outside the 22. Little work to do to make, but this is definitely makeable.
Bella Gulata already with 1 penalty kick up on the board. 5'9" fly half out of Brunswick, Ohio. Gets set. Strikes it clean, but a little bit off to the right. No good. So they'll set up this here for a 22-meter drop for the Crimson Storm.
They just, yeah, because it was a penalty goal attempt.
New rule change here over the last couple of years. Most of the time we see the 5-meter scrum, or excuse me, the goal line drop kick. But after penalties, after the penalty kick, if it's touchdown, we come back to the 22-meter drop. Here we stand for Southern Nazarene, down by 3, dodged a bullet there off the kick. And now the drop gets play going again. Looks like possibly knocked on there. Garrison, number 24, advantage being played for the Crimson Storm. Looking for an attacking line here off to the right. They find some space. Right into contact they go. Good aggressive tackle coming in there from Siller. Southern Nazarene continues to charge. Yuli takes that one in, and out of the outside, here comes Uatafe. Beautiful little offload as contact arrives. Gets it to the outside to Hartnett. Pressure right there with the counter ruck. They're able to retain possession. A charging run with a double tackle sends her to deck. They steal the ball as well. Here come the Cardinals. Into contact again goes Garrison. Drags a couple with her. Support arrives in time. Maya Anderson, the 13, running that scrum half position, drops this one in inside the 22, scooped up in the back nicely there by Gilliland. Steps across one, around another, but gets driven out into touch. Great pressure from Wheeling, not letting them get loose, and we'll have this one for a line out for Wheeling inside the 22-meter line.
And she was putting together a lot of good work there, able to evade a couple defenders, but just unable to really relinquish the pressure. The, the weather is starting to kick up just a little bit here, so we'll see how much the kicking game will affect things as time goes on.
They're definitely doing a little bit of a 180, as earlier in the day had the wind blowing right to left, as you see there from the touch judge, starting to blow from left to right now. Wheeling with the maul now from the line out. Tell them to use it once. They try to bring it back, lost it backwards. Scooped up in the back by Alexander. Shifts it out to the right-hand side. Nice little step in between two defenders. Comes Gulata. It's done on the offensive end as well, not just with the kicks. One of the team's leading try scorers. Nice strong run here from Joelle Taylor. And leading try scorer Alexis Dallas, number 21. She'll be lurking, trying to come through. Johnny on the spot with the try, and Dallas gets it down. Wheeling get their first try, and a 8-0 lead for Wheeling.
With a dab on top, an absolute imposing run. Ball in one hand, doesn't matter. The try line awaits, the try line beckons, and after moving through multiple players, she deserves a break. Hands on her knees for the work that she just put in, adding 5. This Wheeling side have been on the front foot, able to turn ball over and able to keep Southern Nazarene so held back in their own end. And just that play right there, one hand on the ball, off the right foot, stiff arm, crashing through multiple defenders, unable to bring her down, and easy does it. 5 points, Wheeling off to an amazing start.
Alexis Dallas right in the center of that. A great job to get through. Good ball security. Now sets up Gulata with the kick. Brings that one through as you see the rain starting to trickle down here in Houston, Texas. 50-degree day, starting to get colder, but the Wheeling Cardinals are starting to heat up here. 10-0 the score as we take a second look, Lance.
Yeah, and I mean, Southern Nazarene had great opportunity, had a good chance to stop her early on, but if you don't get low, especially with tall, more lanky ball carriers, you got to take those legs out. Wheeling is adding to their total.
Still a yellow card for Southern Nazarene, so doing this all with 14 players on the field. Tafe makes her presence felt from the defensive end with the big-time tackle. 5 meters from their own try line is Wheeling, trying to work out of their own end. Off to the right, here comes Dallas again. There's the Big Ben, splits the defense. Here she comes again, Alexis Dallas. Sizes up that final defender, leans into it, tries to pop it off, but lost it. Now right back come the Crimson Storm. Jarred loose again. Advantage was still on though, so I think we're gonna come back to that first knock on, no advantage gain. For Southern Nazarene, it'll be their scrum.
I think that Dallas is going to rule over Houston for the duration of this game. She's left her mark already, getting a try. That break just shows her ability to get space. I'm thinking she was a little winded from the work she had to do earlier, a little bit too soon to have to go full bore again, unable to take it all the way, but an amazing bit of offense. And Wheeling seems to be on the front foot in a way that Southern Nazarene need to wake up and match, especially on the physicality sense.
And this Southern Nazarene team has only given up 24 points in their last 2 matches in the semifinal and the quarterfinal. That's some of the best teams in the country, only giving up 7 and 17 points. But here come Wheeling, and they are on fire. They had a couple of tough matches against Virginia and Northeastern, but they are here to play. And Dallas, as you mentioned, Lance, has been the star of the show so far. Able to pull this one out the back through Tarango. Tafe, another beautiful offload right before the collision. Not in from the side there. They'll send back 10. Ali Davis a little too aggressive. An opportunity for Southern Nazarene. And really, we're gonna see a lot of good play out of their forward pack. Tafe is electric. So a lot to go here in this one, but mistakes keep biting the Crimson Storm. That time, Kate Ryan couldn't hang on to it. Turned over ball as we take a second look there. Still in possession are the Cardinals. There's the big time kick, trying to pin them deep. We'll have to retreat for this one. Bailey Gilliland, 5'2" senior, out of Yukon, Oklahoma, gives it off. Hartnett takes it into contact, pops right back up on her feet, not held. Inside the 22-meter line, Southern Nazarene still playing with 10. Next stoppage, they should be able to get that player, or excuse me, still playing with 14. Should be able to get that player back here shortly. A collision on the counter ruck. Linda Dang doing some damage there, but right back come the Crimson Storm. Safasi Ilasa with the huge run there.
Hands in the ruck.
Try to creep their way
Ball is
forward.
one, leave it alone.
Hands in the ruck, penalty against Wheeling. An opportunity now for Southern Nazarene to maybe get the gears cranking here, Lance.
Yeah, they seem to be really into this match. They're into the fight. No grit, but that yellow card coming back should change the tide for them. High energy moment for them if they can take this even numbers and get some points on the board.
They'll kick it into touch and set up for the line out here, right at the 10-meter stripe. Southern Nazarene, again, just a few years into this program. Started back in 2021. We've seen the men play in a few NCR bowl games. They've done really well, but Coach Gilliland, Eric Gilliland, has done a terrific job. Director of rugby of both these squads, has the Crimson Storm in position here for the D1 National Championship. It's hit back and forth a couple of times. Originally knocked on by the Crimson Storm, so it'll be Wheeling put into the scrum.
Step back off the work. Do you want to tie your shoe? Everybody check your shoelaces. All right. Stand on the
Smart
ground.
there from Haley Slaughter. Let's get it all done at once. Who's got untied shoes? Try to keep the stoppages as low and minimum as possible. As you see the try scorer, Alexis Dallas. Couple of big time line breaks. In this one final match of the 2024 season to crown the D1 National Champion,
Set.
Maya Alexander. Scrum half puts this one in. And this one completely flips around, everybody falling apart. And they're gonna get ding Southern Nazarene. They'll come up for the quick tap, take this one here, and Dallas is already on the march, 10 meters down.
No.
Just outside the 22-meter line. Good job securing possession, nice strong ruck. Now they'll get it off to Taylor. Rumbles forward, takes a couple with her. Shoestring tackle finally brings her down about 10 meters away from the try line. Cardinals continue to charge. Possibly a little hair pull there, but they play on. Around the left-hand side they come. Final pass, hits its target, into contact goes Sinatra.
Use it.
Good job, even here on the near side. Support arrives in time. Good charging defense.
Get out
It's
of the way.
Lauren Anderson coming up and hitting them behind the gain line. Got to roll out of there.
Okay.
But do so well enough, says the referee. Big charging run. The Cardinals starting to bring the lumber now inside. Another strong run, Taylor.
Let it go.
17 minutes gone by here in this D1 National Championship
Roll
match,
away.
and a penalty is going to be given. Southern Nazarene not rolling away. And referee Slaughter wants to have a quick chat.
Come here. The closer we get to the goal line, the slower you are to roll. That has to change. Do you understand? Roll away.
Strong words from our referee, laying down the law beautifully there. They're going to go for the quick tap. You see just how stoked they are for this. Straight into contact they come. They're over the line, but can they get it in? Referee's going to have a quick chat with the AR.
TMO, can we check this?
TMO review. We'll see what kind of angles we got here from the Next Level Rugby Productions. But Lance, a strong charge there. Southern Nazarene doing everything they can to repel them here in the early goings.
Yeah, Wheeling is just winning the physicality battle. They're the ones that's dominating the contact. We're talking about 4 defenders on the goal line, struggling, trying to keep that ball from being touched down. It seems like Wheeling just been on the front foot so much. Southern Nazarene haven't been able to get into their offense, and this 5 points could be catastrophic going into the ending of this first half for sure.
Great addition here to the college level TMO review here in the D1 National Championship. But Lance, doesn't look like there's a lot there to overturn it. Sounds like we're gonna have this one held up. No try given. Great stand from Southern Nazarene, and they're gonna have a penalty. We're gonna bring this one back, I believe. So another stab at it. Advantage was being played. Nothing gained, and diving through is Joel Taylor, the 5'6" prop. The freshman dots it down and extends the lead for Wheeling University.
Physicality wins the day. I think now is no different from what we've seen. On the front foot again, Wheeling over and over and over. The quick tap, running right into the heart of that defense. Nobody able to get underneath, nobody able to stop her. And just 5 points of domination for this Wheeling side.
Gulata again with the conversion kick. Yeah, definitely a question on that tap. You must have the ball, has to be released from your hand. Looked like she was gonna put it on the ground and kick it forward. Didn't touch the ground and didn't quite leave the hands, but a close call there as that conversion is good. And the Wheeling University Cardinals continue to excel here in the first half. And Lance, just nothing cranking on the offensive end so far for Southern Nazarene.
It's really just getting their hands on the ball and having any kind of positive outcome. They're just losing it too quick. We haven't really got a chance to see what Southern Nazarene attacking philosophy, because it seems like whenever they get the ball in hand, 2 phases later it's turned over.
And the Cardinals are not usually going to give it back, at least in this game. They have been outstanding. But again, Lance, 55 points in the quarterfinal match, 62 points in the semifinal match against Northern Iowa. So this is a team that is potent, can score, but Wheeling is just taking it away and not giving it back every single step of the way. A huge collision on the far side. Has Southern Nazarene retreating, but they're able to retain possession out the back. A huge counter ruck blows this one up. Nadia Richards, number 6, oh, maybe a little from the side, but good enough, says the referee, and they completely blow that one apart. Back in possession now, into the hands of Garrison. Marley Garrison takes it into contact. They're able to retain it. Nice quick hands on the offload. There's the try scorer, Joel Taylor. Southern Nazarene just hasn't been able to find the continuity they needed. They've gotten dinged on the defensive end for penalties. Knock-ons have been a problem. They get another opportunity, but it's ripped away again. I mean, Lance, maybe 4 minutes of total possession here for Southern Nazarene. They were a player down at one point, but what a dominant performance by Wheeling.
And it's just, it's mounting. It's the momentum of it is just mounting. Southern Nazarene out of sorts offensively and not really threatening the way they need to.
Beautiful pass on the outside, through contact from Dallas, finds her target into the hands of Siller, and they're able to get it down. Quick offload there to Allie Davis, who dots it down for the Wheeling Cardinals.
They have the space, they attack the space, able to keep the ball active without it going dead and dealing with rucks. That pass right there set everything up. The space is there. 2-on-1, decides to keep it, gives it up late with that beautiful backflip, inside out move. And even though she took it away from her teammate, it might have been the best decision. That extra defender was sliding across just a little too heavy. And once that ball was transferred over, it was a walk-in try. Southern Nazarene are reeling, look a bit tired and need to organize their defense and mainly organize their offensive attack so they can hold on to the ball just a little longer and really show what they can do with ball in hand.
You know, Cardinals coach Ken Pape not too worried about who ended up scoring that one, just the points up on the board. That's what matters. The support was there. Doesn't matter who dots it down. And now conversion opportunity. Hits the post and bounces through. Bella Gulata banks that one home and extends the lead for Wheeling. 24-0, 3 converted tries. 21-0 your score. Gulata with a couple conversions, couple of penalties as well. Did miss one penalty earlier. But here we go again, another kick to start things off again. Chloe Tarango gets it going. There's the quick little stab kick, up and under. Does not come to hand though, and Southern Nazarene looks to make him pay. In the hands of Isaacs. Takes it in, and now we'll work it out to the left-hand side. Out there, they're able to find Vaiano. Vaiano takes it in. Still support out there. Keeping it short. Anderson into contact. Over midway through this first half, all Wheeling 21-0. Pass went backwards as the referee. Ripped out of there by the try scorer, Allie Davis. Back in hand for Wheeling. And Lance, again, another group of phases there for Southern Nazarene, just ends in a simple mistake.
Can't keep their hands on the ball, can't keep control, but now they got it back.
And a huge run, Celeste Alasa over the 22-meter line with authority. Has the Crimson Storm looking to strike. Uatafe takes it close, 4 meters out here. She might have had it ripped away. She tried to get back up out of it, and I think lost it forward in the process of that. Unlucky there. We see a little bit of a burst of what Talesi Uatafe can do.
Talesi Uatafe is almost unanimously, if you ask any coach that's played her, most bystanders who watched her play, fans, she is one of the most electric and scary players on attack for this Nazarene side. Her and Dallas going back and forth is a beautiful matchup, but in this tackle, she might have got her head crushed just off of falling there, unable to keep possession, and the ball squirts out. I hope she's okay. It looks like she's taking a second to get up.
Looked like it was actually Dallas, part of that collision there. Uatafe back on her feet though. Definitely gonna come out for a little bit of a blood sub here for a sec. The ferocity there from Uatafe, trying to give her team a little bit of that passion and fight as they are down 21-0. Uatafe will step off, but we will see her again, I'm sure of it.
You have to. She is the scoring leader of the team. She is the one that leads from the front. This Southern Nazarene team follows her to the end, and even with the cut, even with the blood down her face, she's letting her teammates know, I'm all right, I'll be back. Just a little bit of precaution, and when she gets back in the game, I know she's going to be on a tear.
Coach Gilliland clean her up a little bit here. Again, down 21-0. They will send in a replacement, I believe, for a blood sub. So take a second look here though, Lance.
Just got caught on the tackle, and it looks like her head got smashed right there. Nothing malicious, just happens in this game, in this beautiful game we play. She's gonna get some nose plugs, little blood spray for the shirt, and she's gonna be right back to that action.
That's for decoration. Good stuff here for Southern Nazarene. They're close, knocking on the door here. They'll have possession with the line out when we return. So far, Lance, it has been all Wheeling Cardinals. They're 11-0 on the year. They've been ranked #1 in the country for the last couple of months. And boy, are they showing it here on the national stage.
Their program is an offshoot of another that dissolved. They were able to take so many of these good players, well-trained players, and the coach move them to this new program, and it seems like they hit the ground running. They're in the national championship with a big lead. This Wheeling side has a strong future ahead of them as we watch the replay.
Their first conference championship. As we take another look there as Dallas just coming in trying to finish off the tackle, just slips a little bit. Unlucky there to land on the head. Nothing egregious, nothing intentional. We are just about ready to get things going again. I believe they had a penalty there. We'll bring this one back. And am I wrong, Lance? I think we left off with a line out.
Yeah, they kicked the ball off the park, but I think they brought it back to that penalty, to that tackle, the head contact. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, with Tafe out, I mean, we're talking about a PR7's player. We're talking about an All-American, multi-All-American. They're gonna need her back as soon as possible. And this is a doorstep. She really gets busy and gets points for the Southern Nazarene side.
High tackle is given. And a bit of a fake there coming in, drew them up a little higher, almost got them in front of the 10-meter mark. But now Southern Nazarene's driven back. Off to the right-hand side, here's Isaacs. Tries to swim through the middle of a couple of defenders, takes it over the 22-meter line. Off to the right-hand side, now goes Tarango. Into contact they come. Nice little offload, keeps things moving. Excuse me, not Tarango, that was Desara with that last run, number 19. Looks like they're setting up here for some pick and goes. Off to the right-hand side. 10 meters out. They'll keep it in the engine room now. Starting to go the wrong way there. Lost a little bit of pace. 7 meters out for Southern Nazarene. Down by 21 in this D1 National Championship. Swinging out to the backs through the hands of Mettler. All the way to the outside. Well done into the hands of Hartnett. Tries to come around the corner. Met by 2 players in black jerseys. Beautiful offload. And they dot it down for the try. Southern Nazarene strike. Get up on the board. I think that might be Uatafe coming back in and dotting it down.
I don't think that she was going to be denied points this game. We got the try, new shirt, new number, number 19, gets the long pass away, and on that inside support line, way to stay on your feet and get the offload away, 2-hand pass, the fundamentals are there, and fundamentals means points, 5 for Southern Nazarene, and you can see a boat of energy for this Southern Nazarene side. They found their spark, and they're gonna continue to bring it for the rest of this match, it looks like.
In a squad that has put up 120 points already on the season, back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, against LSU. So they've got what it takes to put points up on the board. Right now, they just need the time to do it. A great strike there from Uatafe, their standout player. Kick at a tough angle there from Tarango is not good, but a fantastic first 5 on the board for Southern Nazarene.
And what a beautiful bit of points. Team tries are great for morale, especially in these big games. Everybody stepping up. Your star players stepping up, taking a knock to the nose, but not to be exposed, adding 5 for her side. And mama, there goes that lady again, showing up for her side. This half is going to end beautifully.
Just got to give props to Maya Hartnett, number 14 there, out on the wing, did a great job bringing it all the way to the edge, and a terrific offload to Uatafe. Hartnett is one of the best players on this team as well, and they are able to link up for the first try. 21-5 with about 12 minutes left to play in the first half. Just double checking with the scoreboard down, or excuse me, with the number 4 down below. Final score that we have right now, current score 20. Get that situated in just a second as Southern Nazarene continue to charge. Put up that first 5 points, And a big time shove on the counter ruck. Just has bodies all over the pitch. And we'll settle this one down a bit. Time is off here with the injured player. 24-5 the score. Southern Nazarene just starting to get things going on the offensive end. So far, Lance, a great effort there from the Wheeling side. Again, bringing in new players. I believe it was from the Notre Dame College. They were able to get a couple extra in and really has changed the momentum of this program. 11-0 on the year and their first championship out of the Allegheny Rugby Union. And their excellent start to this match for Wheeling. But for the Cardinals, just trying to keep ball in hand. They've done a good job, but now that Southern Nazarene has found their pace, found their momentum a little bit. As we take another look, they are looking at this. You see the huge drive. It's in straight, just a big collision. Elbow there in the back to the head. Unfortunate situation there for Southern Nazarene.
Yeah, there's a lot of incidental contacts that you don't like to see in this game, especially with the delays. You definitely don't want to see players down in such a important moment in their rugby careers.
Yeah, it looked like that person that was in the front of that ruck, though, just kind of I guess she was still a part of it, but she wasn't contacted. She just kind of stood up. She thought it was over and lost all of the leverage she had as connection to that ruck, and then got just driven deeply into the back of it. We see some of the players starting to pop back up.
I mean, sound collision on the tackle, got people around their legs, but once that ruck is settled, someone who was on the ground popped up, and I think a leg got squished a little bit. It looked like the right knee of who is that, number 5 from Southern Nazarene. I'll get a name for you in a second. And the scrum half getting their legs twisted up underneath, and that's just unfortunate, especially in an important game such as this one.
Again, unfortunate stuff in that ruck, but it just looked like, I think that was number 1, Segovia, that just kind of pulled up a little bit. She was waiting on them, looking backwards to try and see if they had gotten it out yet, but just kind of lost focus, lost her leverage, and was driven back with authority there. So we'll have a scrum down, I believe we will come back to here. Put in for Southern Nazarene. Rena Rosado will come in, number 21, backup scrum half. Again, score 24-5, confirmed now. Down below us here. Never been to the facilities here in Houston, Texas. SaberCat Stadium, second to none. One of the best MLR facilities, team owned and operated. And right now, Southern Nazarene making it home. Nice swimming run here from Allison Quinn. Takes it into contact, almost has it ripped down, and does. Many times we've seen breakaways and just quick steals, Lance.
Dallas was on top of that, hands on the ball, phenomenal skill. The skills were there.
There's another driving. Uatafe with the counter ruck. Blew that one up, but I think they're gonna say went in from the side. Or no, offsides there. So now we'll have a penalty back to Wheeling. Little quick tap, goes straight into the heart of the defense. Big time collision there as Imatai, 5'11", just lowered the boom. Backwards, they're off Gulata. Have to retreat and reset the line. Through Dallas, here to the near side. Plenty of players out. Southern Nazarene did a good job fringing out on defense, and a knock on will give the ball back to him here in the scrum.
And that tackle on the edge to jar the bar loose and cause that knock on couldn't come at a better moment. Southern Nazarene needs to make sure that no additional points are added to this score line, especially in this half. And getting a quick score right now will put them in prime position for the second half. They're shutting it down on the edge, able to really drive forward and get meterage, but at opportune times, willing defenders, able to get their hands on the ball, take it back. This is a back and forth battle, even though the score line might not suggest it from the outside looking in.
It was all Wheeling jumping out in front, I believe 17-0 with a couple of tries and a penalty. Southern Nazarene would love another try and get a little bit closer to this one, but an early drive gives the free kick over to Wheeling University. They'll quick tap that, charge forward, but they have it ripped out. They're going to call the penalty there in from the side. Back 10 go the Crimson Storm. Gulata scoops this one up and we'll send it out into touch. 7 minutes left to go here in the first half. 24-5 the score. Crimson Storm be on the defensive end here on this line out.
Big Wheeling moment, big Wheeling moment. Extending the lead here in a prime attacking position. I mean, who do they call in a line out like this? 7 minutes left in this half. They might just go to Dallas all the way from Houston.
This one gets brought down. Did not go forward, said the referee, so the ladies in black retain possession. Cardinals are able to scoop this one out the back. Look to march off to the right-hand side. Dallas lost it. They're able to get it back, but this one's knocked forward. Scooped up by Uatafe. Some space on the outside, but it passed just a little off. We're going to bring this one back. No advantage gained on the knock-on, so we'll have a scrum for Southern Nazarene.
I mean, just when everything is good, able to disrupt that line out, Southern Nazarene, completely destroying the platform opportunity for Wheeling, and able to find the way to get the ball back on the outside. Scrum closer to the middle of the field. Scrum closer in the middle of the field for Southern Nazarene. What can they make of this? Options on either side.
Uatafe there on the weak side. A stack of three. Let's see how they come out of it. Ball in. Able to get it through the hands of Medier. Return pass back to her. Now she's got some space on the outside. Uatafe all the way from the left. Coming around the corner. 5 meters out, and she is in for the try. Talesi Uatafe, 2 on the day.
Prime time players show up in prime time games, and they knew to go to her around that edge. Face still bloodied up from earlier. That is the walk of a warrior. 2 tries on the day, only points represented for Southern Nazarene. And what a great work try, finding the space off of that scrum. And it was just a foot race the minute they pulled the ball away. Hands there, able to create that 2-on-1 and convert it. And primetime player on the road to a double, a brace. What an amazing bit of play from Southern Nazarene, and exactly what they needed in a timely manner.
Beautiful movement there off the back of the scrum. That was Madison Metier, number 10, who got that pass in her scrum half position and was able to come around the corner, make a couple more passes to find Uatafe for the try. Great work there as Madison now looks to boot this one through, just off the left, no good. They're able to notch that needed 5 points to cut into this deficit, Lance.
Yeah, any points, especially in this half, are prime additions. Able to get 5. Got to convert these tries a little bit more efficiently. continuing forward. But Southern Nazarene has not given up the fight even a little bit.
It's a really good point. Automatic kicker, and then on the other side, you've got a freshman, Metier, just doing her best out there from that scrum half position. Could be something to come to fruition later on, as this one a scramble for it on the far side of the pitch. Eventually trickles out into touch. Last tipped there by Wheeling. It's knocked on into touch, so they're given the choice of a scrum or line out.
Scrum, this is Mark here. Okay. Option chosen is knocked into touch.
Scrum chosen. So under 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. Southern Nazarene still down at least 2 tries. Wouldn't hurt to get one more out of this. Uatafe's finally gotten those engines cranking. They barely had, what do we say? In the first 20 minutes, they maybe had 4 or 5 minutes of possession, but that has completely changed here in the last 10. 2 tries on the board for Wheeling and a free kick coming. Fine touch with ease. Creeping up on 2 minutes left.
And that was a free kick, so it looks like they're gonna have to get the ball away. It'll be Wheeling's throw in, back wheel was kicked. Just their awareness is just a bit off of Southern Nazarene.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake mentally there, out into touch, and it will be Wheeling's throw as well. As the sport grows in America, a lot more players getting experience in high school. We're seeing that overall rugby knowledge start to increase. Here on the collegiate side, some of those little finer points, sometimes a little difficult, as this one did not go straight. Wheeling will turn this one back over, and Southern Nazarene take the scrum with about a minute left to play in the first half.
Yeah, just a moment. They're able to get the ball back, so that's the most important part. No harm, no foul. The lesson that they learned about the free kick won't harm them at all. But again, 1 minute left in this half, or maybe around that time, low time in this half. Southern Nazarene is explosive, able to get points long distance. Can they add and cut into this deficit going into half?
Off the back of the scrum again. Take this one through Metier. Nice return pass. Off to the outside, beautiful step back in. Dallas with the big time tackle to slow that down. Utafe gives it off, keep it inside. Nice charging run. Zara gets things rolling for Southern Nazarene, looking for one more try before the end of the half. Uatafe gets decked by Dallas. We've been waiting on those collisions. And that time, a big time hit coming through from Alexis Dallas. You take a second look, it'll be knocked on, turned over, back to Wheeling, a big time statement.
Big hits, big moment. They have to stand up to her. You can't allow Southern Nazarene's best player, the one who leads from the front, to run free. You gotta put the hit on him. You gotta play strong defensively and able to get a little bit of the ball knocked out. And now Wheeling with an opportunity just at the 10-meter line, short time in his first half.
Great hit there by Alexis Dallas. She was able to get low, jar that one loose. Even on a premier talent like Uatafe, still comes in and makes the big collision. She is, from her coach's words, one of the top tacklers on this team. Great form, and we got to see it right there. 1 minute into extra time here, referee time, as we will have one final scrum here for Wheeling in the put-in. Off to the right-hand side they come, through Garrison. Passes a little bit awry. We're going to bring this one all the way back to where the scrum occurred. And back 10 goes Southern Nazarene. Offsides the call, a little too aggressive there. They get dinged for the penalty, and things could flip the other direction. A 12-point lead for Wheeling, and they could extend it here. You know what they're going to do, Lance. Already looking to tap and go straight ahead.
Yeah. And I don't know if they should put it out of bounds for this half, but they're definitely going to go for the points while they can.
Give it one more valiant effort into the hands of try scorer Joelle Taylor. She trudges her way over the 22-meter line. Possible hands in there. They're able to get it out, but they're going to get dinged for the penalty. Haley Slaughter was right there telling them not to touch it, to leave it. They did not. Dallas tries to tap that one and keep going. Knocks it on, and that will do it for the first half of action. Great first half in the books, and that lady right there, Alexis Dallas, one of the stars of the show. What's your take there on the first half of action, Lance? We should have a good one. We'll bring it down. Southern Nazarene coaches with Tyler Deutsch, pitch side. Tyler?
Here with Coach Southern Nazarene. Obviously, first half, hard hitting. You guys have come back from bigger deficits. You face some big competition. What did you see in that first half?
We just got to gain back some momentum. We've been playing from behind the whole game, momentum and scoreboard. So if we can find some momentum, catch a couple bounces our way, then we may have a different second half here.
And you can't have every call go your way. You can't have every single play want to go the way you want it to go. What are you going to do to tell everybody on your team, keep their cool? Remember, we still got 40 more minutes left to play.
Oh, yeah, they've played a lot of rugby. They know what to do here. They've played in big games. They just got to settle in and do what they do, be consistent, and I think they'll be all right.
Awesome, Coach. Appreciate your time. Good luck in the second half. Up to you guys.
Thank you so much, Tyler. First half is in the books of this D1 National Championship, 24-12. It is the Wheeling University Cardinals on top here at the break. We'll step aside, and when we return, we'll have the second half of action live on the Rugby Network.
Rugby is a sport where teamwork truly makes the difference. In alignment with the values of rugby, Globant and Major League Rugby join forces in a powerful innovation scrum that aims to elevate the sport using the latest technologies. We are already co-creating digital solutions to impact the game, the fans, and the global community in a sustainable way. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
Welcome back to Houston, Texas. The D1 National Championship on the line between Wheeling and Southern Nazarene. And we've got Tyler Doyd down on the pitch, down with Ken Pate.
Wheeling University coach, it's been a tough first half. Some of those tackles, the defense that you guys have made, the way you've been able to slice and dice from end to end of the field, everything has been going your way. What'd you tell your people in the halftime there?
You know, we've been talking about it all year. We want to keep bullying the bullies, and that's what I told them. Keep bullying the bullies. You know, come out, keep the intensity level the same as it's been. You know, keep making your hits. You know, eventually they're going to cave in. You know, they're a strong team, and to see our ladies hitting the way they are, keeping us really in this game.
And you're a young team. Obviously, you guys have a bunch of amazing talent, and you kind of bursted onto the scene. A lot of people are saying, where have you guys been? What are you going to do to follow through with that? If you haven't been in a situation like this before, what are you going to tell them to make them follow through for that?
Hey, listen, we're not supposed to be here, so there's no pressure on us, right? We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. They're going to continue to have fun, and that's it. That's it. That's all we got. I got to turn these.
Great stuff. Thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Appreciate it, Tyler. We are almost ready to go here in the second half. Southern Nazarene with a couple of tries there to cut the deficit in half. 24-12 your score. The Crimson Storm ready to get us back underway with the restart. Tim Wilk up in the booth alongside Lance Kavanaugh. And Lance, a great first half, but how do you see changes possibly messing with this match a bit?
Well, Wheeling have won the physicality battle throughout this matchup. You heard the coach say, bully the bullies. I don't think that is going to actually stop. I think they're going to continue to bully, and they're going to continue to bring the physicality. Southern Nazarene has to make their tackles and has to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer. With ball in hand, they prove to be dangerous, able to connect multiple players, but they have to step up the physicality battle Southern Nazarene does to give themselves a shot with this deficit.
Interception right there. Over the 22-meter line they go. Beautiful take there from Maya Hartnett. Terrific job. They're able to rip that ball back out the back of the ruck. Keep things rolling, spinning around with Salisi Alasa. Still on the charge. Again from Southern Nazarene, the Crimson Storm. Possibly hands in there. Looks like that ruck is formed. Finally, they're able to get possession out the back. So Nazarene dinged many times for the hands in there in the first half, trying to push forward and cut a little deeper into this lead. Pick and goes, just setting the platform. Strong, low defense. Isn't allowing them to make many meters out of it. Again, stifled behind the gain line. We saw this a couple times in the D2 match. Vassar College loves doing it. Got to get low, and right now, Wheeling University doing a great job on the defensive end. Big time counteract blows it up, but they're able to get it out quick enough into the hands of Ayano. Ayano takes it in. 15 meters out, Southern Nazarene resets, and Uatafe loses this one forward. We're gonna play advantage there, but I think it was knocked forward as well. A penalty is gonna be given here. They played it from an offsides position, so a penalty given to Southern Nazarene. No quick tap, right up the gut they come, 10 meters away. 24-12 the score. Big time collisions all over the pitch. Zelasa brings them a little closer, out to Segovia. You see Wheeling just after that ball, hands on it, trying to rip it out every single step of the way. Gotta filter this one all the way back. Pick and drive off to the right-hand side. Lean forward over the 5-meter line, continue to march. Crimson Storm, 11-0, or 10-0 on the year, trying to make something happen 5 meters out. A strong defensive effort makes them send it to the back to Uatafe for the second time in a row, loses it forward, and a great defensive stand by the Wheeling Cardinals.
Both of these teams have been colliding in the tackle area at a pace that I haven't seen in a very long time. Big hits around the ruck, big contests at the ruck. This is a heavyweight matchup in the D1 of NCR. Both of these teams are putting everything on the line, everything they got. But it's going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes. Southern Nazarene on the doorstep, breaking down that wall that is Wheeling and able to get down the field, but got to be able to finish on that last little bit. That's when Wheeling seems to find a bit more cohesion defensively and stand up even taller than they have. And if you can see, the 8 is one of the stars of the first half. This 8-man pick could be dangerous.
Dallas sits there in that number 8 position, put into the scrum. We're going to reset. Just kind of fell apart there as it came together. If you're Coach Ken Pape for Wheeling, you've got to love that defensive stand. So low on those pick and drives, they barely made any meters. And usually, as we saw in the past, the last game we watched in D2, it was just like a freight train coming in and rolling over those edges with the pick and goes. Not happening there as Wheeling just stiffened up completely.
And Southern Nazarene are picking, going, and diving at legs. They're setting up the platform, inching forward slowly. Wheeling is standing strong through that and able to get the ball back for themselves.
Here comes Dallas with the Finn with that big right mitt. Knocks one off over the 22-meter line. Now turns on the Jets over the 10, over the 50. One player to beat, slides through that tackle. 2 to get her down. There's Uatape ripping it right back. Punch after punch being thrown, and again, it's given right back to Wheeling. Just when you think one is starting to be on top, the other comes in with a big-time slug to get right back into it. Wheeling now bobbles it, but continues the possession out to the right-hand side. Into the hands here on the outside for Siller. Into contact she goes. Support just in time. Southern Nazarene really starting to pick at the back of that ruck, trying to find it. Ruck arrives. Support there, no hands, and we'll play out to the left-hand side. Here's Gulata. Has to just take it in. Strong defense again. Looking for some space on the far side, but this one's lost forward. Advantage being played off the knock-on for Southern Nazarene. Is this one scooped up by Jalen Isaacs? Slow it down a little bit. Inside ball to Alasa. Charges over the midfield stripe and into Cardinal territory. Went back. Able to scoop this one up and just try to make the best of it. Bayano takes it in, scooped out the back. Metir again. Great line speed, stifles the attack, but a beautiful offload keeps it moving through the hands of Quinn. Another offload, Uatape with it at midfield. Her offload off the knee though, back to the ladies in black. Big time punches being thrown, and there's the haymaker. Boyce takes it through over the 5, and Wheeling University got it down for the first try of the second half.
The back and forth on that phase of play by both teams. The ball has been in consistent play for over 2 minutes. Back and forth down the field. Earlier, I akined it to a heavyweight matchup. This is bigger than that. This is Apollo Creed Rocky. These are big punches, big bombs, and once the mistake happens, Wheeling capitalized beautifully. Step off the right, stiff arm there, another fin, and a clean fin to the chest. Should not have squeezed through that many defenders, but all it takes is a little determination. Wheeling extending their lead when Southern Nazarene has so many opportunities to push the ball down the field. Miss Boyd take a bow, 2 fins, 3, another fin at the end, and no one can catch the wing as she goes in to add to this lead for this Wheeling side.
Tamsin Boyce, the 5'4" junior exercise science major out of Belfast, Ireland, gets that first 5 up on the board here in the second half for the Cardinals. Gulata hits this one true and through the uprights and extends the lead now 31-12 a huge response here in the second half, as it looked like Crimson Storm would be able to creep all the way back.
Just unable to get a clean hand. And what you can see the coach in the background, arms raised. Absolutely, please get in, please get in. Once he knew that she was through, you can see the elation. A chance for a national championship, and Wheeling is extending their lead. What a moment.
9 minutes, 9th minute here in the second half, 31-12 the score. Bouncing ball finally collected here by Bailey Gilliland. Just part of that collision, kind of came in, just was not able to secure the tackle there of Boyce. And now, down big, 19-point deficit. Run there over the 22-meter line, splitting the defense. Risotto with a good take. Now, just outside their own 22. They're keeping it in tight. Viano again from her lock position. Here to the near side. Again, thank you so much for joining us live here on the Rugby Network. Tim Wilkes, joined by Lance Kavanaugh of Great American Rugby. There's Dallas diving in, spoils the attack there, but I think we're gonna bring them back. They'll get sent back 10.
You know, during the college show with NCR, we let it be known that Southern Nazarene had the premier player. And through this first half and bits in this second half, Dallas has raised their hands to say, no, I'm the best player. I'm the player you should be focused on. Unfortunately, conceding a penalty there, but when it's a big time moment, Wheeling has a player that steps up big time, scoring up twice earlier in the first half and able to really put this Southern Nazarene team on their back foot throughout the course of this matchup.
And props to Ken Pape, who's putting her in a lot of different positions. We've seen her at the number 8 spot, and now a big time collision happens and they're able to get it back again. The Cardinals trying to find some space on the outside. Herd Cruz, good job having that one popped up to her. Retained possession, but this pass goes awry. Retreat, lose 10 meters to scoop it up. Finally able to bring it all the way back though. It's the try scorer, Boyce, making something out of nothing and bringing her team right back into it. Here comes Dallas, switches the ball to the right side with the offload here. Couldn't get through that defense. Into the hands of Stewart, takes him over the 22-meter line. Nazarene with the offload there from Ty, out to Dallas. A little bit of space out there, nice run through the defense, split it, got it. Gemily for Rivera, dots it down the scrum half, gets it in for the second try here in the second half for Wheeling.
The pass, the line, the phase play build up. You can see the wind has been taken out of SNU sails as they concede another try, able to bring the defense in together. That offload there and this pass here, right on the money, and just too much space to cover, too much time, too much speed. And Wheeling adding again to the total. You can see the relaxation in the shoulders. There are a little bit of smiles going around. But they know it's not over. They know they got more time to compete, but what an absolute blitz we've seen from Wheeling over this last 7 minutes.
Great action there, Alexis Dallas with the big time pass. Got the beautiful offload there from Emma Ty, the number 8. Now the kick from the far left side of the pitch, just over the crossbar and through, clicking on all cylinders now. Bella Gulata with the conversion as well.
To absorb that double tackle and get the offload off is amazing. But that pass to as much space was on the outside, ball put away, and the try was magic. Wheeling have found their rhythm, and you can see the celebration on the side. They got to finish this match, but as you can see the coach stressing, they got to finish this match.
Gemily Rivera, the freshman Scrum half dots that one down, the nursing major out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Making her presence felt again just as a freshman. You see the hardware on the left-hand side of the screen. That's what they're playing for, a national championship here in NCR on the line tonight. 38-10 your score. Wheeling Cardinals on top big. The restart now from Madison Mateer. As a bouncing ball finally lands in the hands of black jerseys, and it's again another charging run forward. Good work to keep the momentum rolling here for Wheeling. Over to Dallas. Dallas tries to slip one, but a beautiful tackle. Takes her to deck. Continue to march over to the right-hand side. Gulata spins it out. Numbers here. Split a couple of defenders. Nice run there from Abby Siller. The big time pass keeps things moving for the Cardinals. Into contact, Emma Ty again. Had the offload that helped the try earlier. Now she's setting them up again in perfect position just outside the 22-meter line. Looked like they were able to get their hands on it. Uatafe, maybe a little something to complain about there, but she's having to get back on the defensive end now as Wheeling continue to charge. Up 28 points. Another big-time run. Julieta Robinson, off the left-hand side. There's not a lot of stop in these balls. They're able to get it in and out of the ruck so quick to keep Southern Nazarene on their heels. Support arrives just in time each and every moment. Continue to drive forward. 5 meters out. Pass back to the center of the pitch. Great charging defense. They're able to slip it. Still ball in hand for Davis. Out to the outside. There's numbers, and there's another try for Wheeling University. Tamsin Boyce, her second of the night.
What we're seeing from Wheeling is a continuation of the winning the physical matchup. On that set of phase buildup, I counted at least 6 missed tackles where the first person on the tackle for Southern Nazarene was unable to make it. Even in that, with great defensive line speed, cutting the first receiver off beautifully, unable to make that tackle. She's able to shrug her off. 2 passes later, they're going in to score. Wheeling have capitalized on every mistake as far as missing tackles and not being physical in the tackle area that SNU has committed. And that's why the score line is what it is. Wheeling are the bully, and they continue to bully the bully, as their coach said at halftime, and the score line is a sign of just that.
Lance, you mentioned it earlier, a lot of these players here from Wheeling coming from a different program. Just so happens that program was the national championship runner-up last year, Notre Dame College.
No.
And do you think...
No. It was another school from New York, Lesser, I believe, is the name of the school.
Gotcha.
I had to double check. I spoke on it earlier this week on the College Rugby Show. We spoke on it, but NDC moved into Welsh, not Wheeling. But there is another D1 NCAA school, Lander. Lander is the name of the school. They dissolved. Wheeling took on some of the better parts, the coach, a lot of the players. And that transformation, moving from that team Lander to Wheeling, brought that group together even closer and prepared them even more for what we see as a 45-10 scoreline with less than 30 to go.
Back in play comes again, and a boot right back from Gulata. Southern Nazarene ready to handle that one through Jalen Isaacs. Work forward on the back of the scrum. Through the scrumming Mateer, into contact they go, and another nice run through the teeth of the defense for Lauren Anderson. Mateer, back to the left this time. See that defense coming up, creating havoc there on the defensive end. They're able to still get it out to the near side. Ball in hand there for Hartnett. Been really good throughout this match. Again, discombobulation with the pass. into the back line, and coming in to finish that one off, Alexis Dallas, always ready to pounce on it and finish it off with a strong tackle. Southern Nazarene again able to retain possession here. Down by 35 as this one got out of hand quickly with a couple of big time tries from Wheeling in the second half. Just about midway through. Look to recycle again here near side. Hartnett unlucky with that one, can't get it. That ball's there to be played. Finally scooped up smartly there from Takara Nelson. Wheeling almost had it, but inside that ruck, funny things can happen. It pops back to Southern Nazarene. Lance, the Southern Nazarene squad showing a lot of tenacity. It looked like they really had a chance to get it done in the second half, but little mistakes like that, another forward pass will send them back.
Yeah, if you commit scrum turnovers, knocking the ball on uncharacteristic moments for yourself. I mean, this team, Southern Nazarene, had to play against some of the best to prepare themselves to be here. And in those losses, these mistakes reared their ugly head, and now they find themselves in a similar situation. Keeping the ball in hand, keeping the ball up and open and active, keeping continuous continuity play hasn't really worked out for SNU. And right when they have an opportunity, a small knock-on, small mishap, and it's really turned into what we see today, a highly competitive match. Heavyweight fight, I'll say again, heavyweight fight, but it looks like the scorecards is leaning to Wheeling more than SNU over the course of these 8 rounds, we'll say.
So again, it's Alexis Dallas in the back of that scrum, fishes it out, brings it out to the left-hand side. They're able to get around one. Strong defense there and possibly high on the tackle. So back 10 go the Crimson Storm.
And I mean, that inside chase, it was prime time. The star player from SNU getting a little high around the neck, and that's not what you need from them at this moment for sure.
There's Dallas. You see how bad she wants it. 5 meters out. They're able to recycle, and there's Garrison over the line. Held up there, so we will have a goal line drop kick. Into the Texas sky. Mateer sends that one, and now an attempt at a drop goal. Gulata looking for some extra points, cannot hit, and Southern Nazarene back on the front foot looking to attack. Midway through this second half of action, final 20 minutes, and again another steal, another poach from Wheeling University. Splitting the defense again, Zubietta Robinson almost took it through, but ended up stepping on the chalk. Turnover ball back to Southern Nazarene.
And Southern Nazarene, a team of no quit. I know they want to put points on the board. This match is not over. I've seen score lines tip in less time. 35 points might seem like insurmountable time with 20 minutes left, but all we need is 2 tries in quick succession, and that pressure starts to mount for a Wheeling side.
This is a team that's put up 50 points 4 different times this year, so they know how to do it, but that level of competition has skyrocketed here against the Cardinals. And again, it gets poached away. Side entry the call though, so illegally done so. An opportunity again for the Crimson Storm to get out from their own end. Something really, Lance, I don't know if they've been able to do here in the second half. It is as it has been fully dominated by the Cardinals.
It has, and it's the physicality battle. It's no way to really overdo that part of it and how it's played itself into this matchup. SNU will have great opportunities, and in a ruck will lose the ball in the contact area. Will lose the ball when you really have to put body on body and enforce your will on the game. Wheeling has stepped up to the mantle more times than not.
We saw them at the very beginning of that second half, collision after collision, but eventually it was the Cardinals that were able to break through, and once they did, the floodgates opened, a couple more tries up on the board. Again, we were 24-10 early in this second half, but it has completely blown wide open here. Wheeling continuing to work hard on the defensive end as they rip it away again. Abby Siller takes it away and marches forward another 10 meters as the ladies in black attack again. Into contact goes Emma Ty. Out to the outside, they've got numbers there, but the ball mishandled. A little bit of a low pass, tough to get. They're able to retain possession and they try it again. To the outside they come. Stab kick through. Gulata with the grubber. Does she have the ability to jump on top of it? Lost a bit forward. Referee's gonna have a quick conversation with the AR.
Okay. TMO, we need to check the grounding.
TMO question on the grounding.
Time's off.
And from this angle, her body shields it. We can't get the clean look, but thankfully we have multiple angles. Ball rolling around. Doesn't look like it's touched by hands.
Right there, maybe.
Okay, I can't,
That looks like a grounding, but it's the whether it was a knock before the grounding is the question. The ball was ground there, but it's whether or not the knock was there.
AR on the far side may have been a little bit behind the play as well, so difficult to see. He may have the best angle there. I'm not sure, Lance, if that's going to be enough to change the call.
It's not conclusive from here. Dave, can you give me a referral, please? That's a better angle, but
Here, a referee. Again, Haley Slaughter talking with
Off
the
the
TMO.
knee, and that might have been touched down by an SNU player with that left hand. After it bounces off a knee right there, SNU player hand swings by it. If it's touched there, that is a grounding for SNU. If not,
Again,
this is a try, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it seems to kind of still be bouncing a little bit. So tough to tell. And the try is given. Great work from Next Level Rugby Productions, providing the TMO, and Wheeling University, the recipients of the try. Great effort and a fantastic play. Bella Gulata, over 100 points. She's the kicker for the squad. She also gets them from the tries, dots it down, and extends the lead for the Cardinals.
And the kick, the choice to kick, absolutely exploited SMU's back line. Had an opportunity to get the ball back there. Just that wrestling match. Wheeling finds a way to get it. It's a 2-on-1 here, but the kick is on, and there's no one home. Able to get the ball down clean as you like. Some questions on whether or not someone got their heads on the ball, but just when you need it, Wheeling adds to their lead.
Gulata cannot hit from the far corner, but she does the damage with the body instead. Takes it all the way through off of a beautiful kick and chase on the grubber. Everything working here in the second half. Smiles all over the pitch. Alexis Dallas has been a huge contributor. And Wheeling starting to sense, maybe, I think, Lance, just where they are.
It seems like tonight is the night for Wheeling to get the ring, to get the shine, to get the bling. Tremendous season by them, and with 15-ish minutes left, they found a way to get a lead that almost seems unsurmountable at this point. 40 points in 10 minutes, just a tough break to make.
Gulata there with the kick. It looked like that one went on the full. And so I think we're gonna come all the way back to where the kick was taken. Is again, in front of the 22-meter line there, where the kick was taken. And so we will come all the way back to a line out here for Southern Nazarene. mistake there on the day for Gulata, but it was a good effort. She has been fantastic with that boot, and we saw her just change the game, but a couple of times she was able to pop that one up over the top of the Crimson Storm defense.
Yeah, and an opportunity granted, opportunity obtained. SMU with the line out. Respectability for your season, respectability for the score line says they're going to continue the push.
Great work in the line out. Comes to fruition. Mateer slings it to the left-hand side, and Southern Nazarene look to charge. Center of the pitch now. Back in the hands of Mateer. Straight into contact. McKenna Franks. 6-footer. Lowers the boom. Now off to the right-hand side. Viano with a good run, bringing defenders with her over the 22-meter line. About 10 to 15 out now. Big time collision, huge pop, great defensive effort. I think that was Ty with the big tackle, the number 8. Now we'll swing it around. Uatafe wanted it just a little bit behind her though. She couldn't hang on to it. And now it's Isaacs having to chase it down. Scoops it up, gets around one. Still on her feet, over the midfield stripe, but decked. Absolutely destroyed by Alexis Dallas. Dropped the ball. Uatafe scoops it up over the 22-meter line. One player to beat. Uatafe takes it all the way through. Talesi Uatafe gets her 3rd try of the match. The hat trick, a well-deserved one for Talesi Uatafe.
Talesi raising her hand and showing she is one of those players. The decision to go around the corner is all athleticism, speed. That's beautiful. But the way that she pinned the last defender to the inside to give herself more space, big hit in the middle of the field, bounced perfectly to the person you needed to bounce to. One fin, one inside out move there to get around that winger on the edge. But look at this move to go deep on the inside to hold that defender and give her more space on the outside. That is prime ball carrying navigation. Hats off to her. She is the representative of all the points that SNU has scored, and just a great bit of play from her, just showing who she is and what her class is. An All-American in her own right. But this hit right here, whoo, I have seen some very good served up ribs in Houston. Those ribs with a little barbecue sauce was some of the best I've seen. Big hit to jar the ball loose, but opportune time for SNU to pick it up, individual brilliance, and 5 points added. This conversion may not be important, but someone else needs to represent on the scorecard for this SNU side.
Tier. She does so on command, gets 2 up on the board there for SNU, and a big time try for Talesi Uatafe. And then Jalen Isaacs did a great job going back and getting that ball, got smashed, but she is still on the pitch, ready for more. As you see Dallas bringing the boom throughout this one. So close here, but just got to give Talesi Uatafe her props. The junior, so she may be back in this position next season. The junior from Euless, Texas, a nursing major, has been terrific. 50-17 the score.
I mean, she's played on what is nothing short than professional elite level sevens here in the USA. She is one of the premier players on any level, and she's only a college junior. Amazing bit of play by her. But again, Wheeling winning these physicality battles in the tackle, in rucks, has really caused problems for SNU. And even with a stellar player like Talesi, just not enough to take care of a team that shows up with such physicality.
Uatafe, I've gotten to see her a couple times in different tournaments playing with her club side, HEB, the Hurricanes, out of Euless, Texas. Great effort there for Lauren Anderson. Not the result she was hoping for, but great effort from the hooker. They're out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Her time is done, and 10 minutes left to play here in the D1 National Championship match. Southern Nazarene pushed behind there, and they're able to take this one out the back as that ball squirts free. Into contact goes Maya Anderson, the scrum half. They've got a line there on the outside. Into contact they go. They've still got numbers. You see white jerseys trying to fringe out to the left-hand side. Beautiful pass, holds it to the last second. Great job by Gulata. Into contact they go, just outside the 22-meter line. They're able to charge through it and over it now with Marley Garrison. Continued effort there off the right-hand side, using Dallas as a dummy that time. They've still got numbers, but they're going to slow things down just a little bit as Anderson collects it and swings it back out the left. There's the chip kick up over the top there from Gulata. Still bouncing around. Dangerous ball. They have to scoop this one up and touch it down. It was not brought in by Southern Nazarene, so it should just be a goal line drop. Looked like it was first touched in goal, but we'll see the second look here from AR. Confirms it, so a goal line drop for Southern Nazarene with about 8 minutes left to play. Make sure this one stays in bounds as it hits first. I don't think it landed in touch though, Lance.
I'm not sure either. Could be a 5-meter scrum if that's the case, or something a little bit more.
Yeah. Yep, not taken correctly. Ends up landing in touch. So we will come back to a 5-meter line out is the call here. Choice.
Okay.
And they have chosen the line out, an attacking opportunity with 7.5 minutes left to play here for Wheeling University. Just a tremendous effort, 11-0 on the year. They've been ranked #1 for the last 2 months. Looking for the icing on the cake here. Knocked on by Southern Nazarene, advantage being played. Letting this one go, a little bit of scrappiness there inside, a couple of jumps from the ladies in white, but they're going to continue to march on. Southern Nazarene on the defensive end, Wheeling looking for one more try. Into contact goes Siller. Pick and go over the line, and they're in. Another try on the day. That is Gemily Rivera, the scrum half, dots it down again. 2 tries for the freshman.
And what a way to start off your college career. A team going all the way to nationals, to the championship, and dotting down 2. And this is just great build-up and phase. Aggressive. Take 2 defenders to bring her down. Didn't need to over-resource the ruck. One player on the ground tackled, one supporting in the ruck, and the next player up is picking the ball up to take it in. That is uniform speed from an offensive attack. And just continued brilliance from this Wheeling side. They're going to clear the bench. They're going to bring in as many subs as they can. And this Wheeling team had taken care of business when it counted the most.
Kick off the mark, no good. 55-15. The score now. Southern Nazarene just cannot keep pace here with Wheeling. Again, Wheeling had a couple of really difficult victories to punch their ticket here. Just the 35-19 win over Northeastern, who took down last year's national champion Michigan. And then 31-27, barely squeaked by Virginia in the quarterfinals. But they have kept their best for last here in the national championship, and they are on top 55-17. Take this one again, and another kick up over the head. This time Isaacs, again back, knows that's probably coming from Gulata. Was there, but a great kick, flips the field. It'll be Southern Nazarene line out inside their own 22.
That's a 50-22 from where he's standing. That might actually be Wheeling's ball.
100%. Great call by you, Lance. AR had it as well. Talked to the referee, Haley Slaughter, and what a tremendous, I mean, she has been terrific with the kicks. We've seen a couple of grubbers, a couple of up and unders, but that one may be her best, a 50-22 from inside her own 10-meter line.
And just no slow down from this Wheeling side. They not only have they shut the door, they twisted the boat lock, they added their own door stop, everything you can imagine. They're bringing it to them through a complete 80 minutes.
Southern Nazarene going to continue to fight here. Crimson Storm, coached by Eric Gilliland, have done a tremendous thing getting to this national championship out of nowhere in the Lone Star Conference. Not usually the biggest powerhouse in the country, but they have shown their potency throughout the tournament. But here tonight, Wheeling just too tough, too tenacious, too powerful. You called it earlier, Lance, heavyweight knockouts, just haymakers left and right. And Alexis almost had that one. She saw the smile on her face. She was ready to get one more, but a penalty is going to be given as Southern Nazarene still ball in hand with 3.5 minutes left to play. Great work on the outside. Zaragoza takes it into contact. Let's bring it back in. Just not any line breaks. And again, just the one try here in the second half. It was a 24-12 match until it just completely blew apart. Big pops like that were a lot of the reason. Just the tenacity shown from this Wheeling side has been tremendous. Looking to milk the last 3 minutes, knocked on there, and they are almost there. They can taste it now.
You know, these are the moments in a championship match that are the most relaxing moments in your rugby career. You haven't passed the threshold yet because you just got to wait a few minutes. The championship game is in hand. You know it's yours. You can feel the bling on your fingers as the clock ticks down. Just soaking it all in, taking in the moment, because once that time lifts and it's over, for the remainder of your existence, you are a national champion. Great moment, great feeling for this Wheeling side, and they've deserved it.
We're 2 minutes away as Alexis Dallas brings that one out the back over the left-hand side. Boyce,
High tackle.
multiple tries scored for her, and the high tackle taken down, and she gets wrangled from the neck. Referee is going to see if this might need a little bit extra attention as well.
Yeah, it might need the hat-trick hero just wringing the neck. Not really a seatbelt tackle, but arm across the neck from the very beginning, even into the tackle around the head and neck. And to have such a performance that she's had over the course of this day, 3 tries, one of the bright spots for her team, to receive a yellow, for that to end the match for her is so devastating as a rugby fan, but deserving as poetic justice for what we've seen today.
Yeah, terrific performance, but on the defensive end, multiple high tackles. That was her first one to be carded, but definitely had a couple dinged on her earlier, so no choice there for the referee. A terrific performance there by Uatafe, but she will be back just a junior and should have this Southern Nazarene squad in tip-top shape in 2025. But right now, it is all about Wheeling University, 55-17. Will continue to charge. Another high tackle, minute and a half left to go. Slow this one down. Those bumps and bruises are not going to feel too bad tomorrow when they're wearing a national championship around their necks. Looks like they are going to go for posts here. Waiting on the tee to come in. It will be Bella Gulata, just as she started it, with the 3 points off of a penalty. Looks to end it in the same fashion. Again, thank you so much for joining us. A great day one here on National Championship Saturday for National Collegiate Rugby. We've got multiple teams setting up in the D2, D3 side for national championships tomorrow, but the first champion is almost set to be crowned as Wheeling University are almost there, almost to a 12-0 season. The #1 ranked team look to put the exclamation point on this one with a final penalty kick coming in from Bella Gulata. Kick is up and good, and that will do it. Final score 58-17, a terrific performance from Wheeling University.
Wheeling University Cardinals, 58. The Southern Nazarene Crimson scored 17.
Lance, we had Alexis David throwing out there. We had Kalesi Uatape. Just a tremendous performance. The Stars came out. Fantastic national championship final.
A complete team win when it mattered most. Every player on this Wheeling side should be very proud. Everybody should be proud of the performance they had. And look at this team celebrate. Henry Bridges, Wheeling, your 2024 Division I NCR champion.
See the emotion. Head coach Ken Pate gives the biggest hug imaginable to Alexis Dallas. Multiple tries, send it down to Tyler Deutsch with Alexis Dallas.
Woo! Hardware well earned. What an absolutely cracker of a match. You guys went out there and you did not let off the gas once. How did it feel?
It felt phenomenal to finally have all that work and all that negativity brought onto our team. And for me and my girls to persevere through all the challenges that we were put through to get here, to win that. It's everything. That was everything.
Well, let me tell you, that you know what they say, haters are going to hate. And there was a couple of people in the rugby community who were hating. Specifically, a guy by Pat Clifton called you, quote-unquote, overrated. What do you got to say to the haters now?
I think we have a natty champ. That proves everything. All of the work, us winning and going undefeated for our first season shows exactly who we are and who we are planning to be in the future. We couldn't have done it with everyone around us in this jersey, and even the fans, the parents, our coaching staff, our ATs, all of them. They brought us here. That's what we got here with us today. Oh,
you heard that. Wheeling has the receipts, and they also have a national championship in their first year. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Wheeling Cardinals. Back up to you guys.
Great work, Tyler. Fantastic performance from Alexis Dallas and the entire Wheeling Cardinals squad. 12-0 and a national championship to take back home. What a tremendous effort. Thank you so much for joining us up here in the booth. I'm alongside Lance Kavanaugh, a Next Level Rugby production. Just a terrific day here from Houston, Texas. Don't forget, come right back tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. We've got more action live here on the Rugby Network.
Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. right here at State Test Stadium. Fun begins at 10 a.m. Gates open at 9, by the way, gates at 9. We'll have Division 2, Division 3 national championships, and the Lone Star Bowl. That match is between the Division 1 and Division 2.